myself are sewed into this shirt? Probably. No, I got a lot of it off. I did? Yeah. You trying to kill us? Driving without makeup? I don't drive and put on makeup. I only do it when I'm at a complete stop. That's a lie. I do. I have seen you drive and put on makeup. Oh, no.
Germany, day 1. It has been an adventure already. So we got here yesterday about, I don't know, 1 o'clock or so. And we get off the train, or we get off the plane, and we're waiting for our luggage, and we have no idea where the train station is. We have to get on the train as soon as possible because there's only one train left, so that we can make it in time to get to our dorms. So we go downstairs, and I'm trying to buy my train ticket, and I have no idea what the machine says. Everything is in German, nothing is in English. And so I stood there for about 15 minutes trying to figure it out, and I couldn't. And so luckily I bumped into a gal that spoke English that helped me buy my ticket. I ended up buying it, getting on the train. I had to switch trains twice. So the first train we were on, there was a restaurant. It was a bigger train. And so Alyssa and I go into the restaurant. Somehow we ended up pissing this waiter off. We pissed him off for some reason, and he completely ignored us. I think it's because we brought our luggage over, so each cart is different. So there was one cart that had the restaurant, and then the other carts were just I guess seats. And so we ended up bringing our luggage over to the restaurant, and he started saying something in German. We had no idea what he was saying, but I assumed with his hand gestures he was telling me to move my luggage. And so we ended up moving it. The only place for luggage really are overhead bins, but since we had big luggages, we just got back from the airport, they wouldn't fit in the overhead bins. And so we ended up putting them next to the door, which was fine because a lot of other people put their luggage there too. And we ended up going back to the restaurant. We sat down. I ordered my first beer. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was a wheat beer. And Alyssa ended up getting a cola beer, which straight up tasted like Coke and maybe a little bit of a beer aftertaste, but it was pretty good. And after we ordered our beer and he brought us our beer, we wanted to order food, but didn't know how to tell him. And so I tried to grab his attention as he walked past, and I said, "Hi, excuse me." And he cut me off and turned and looked at me and said, "No," and just walked away. So it was really funny. It was kind of embarrassing. It was interesting though, trying to figure out how they work here, I guess. And so eventually, maybe 20 minutes later, he finally came back and he took our order and brought our food out. We were really scared because everyone around us was paying with cash, and all we had was our credit cards so far. Alyssa had 35 euros, and so hopefully that was enough. And we sat and we calculated it, and it was about $1 short. And so we didn't know what would have happened if we didn't have enough money. So then what happened was he ended up taking our card, thank goodness. And we got off the train and we switched onto our second train. Now with the second train, it was a much, much smaller train. And so there was no restaurant or anything like that. There was just a few rows of seats. And we ended up leaving our suitcases by the door again because that's what everyone seemed to be doing. It was kind of the norm. And there's a lot of luggage there already, and so it didn't really fit. And I guess I put my luggage in the wrong way. somehow it was supposed to kind of go horizontally, but I put it in vertically because that was the only way it fits. And so we ended up sitting down. This ride was about 45 minutes or so. So we ended up sitting down, and we were sitting across from this little kid who was talking to her mom, and she had her head and her feet and things like out in the aisle, just, you know, playing around like a kid does. And next thing you know, here comes my really huge suitcase with my duffel bag on top, storming down the aisle straight for this kid's head. And so thank goodness, luckily somebody caught it, the guy sitting across from her that was facing the opposite way. So he kind of saw the suitcase coming. Thank goodness he stopped the suitcase and grabbed it before it smacked her in the head. It was the worst thing ever. And everyone knew it was our suitcase. So you had this whole train staring at us, and I'm pretty much half asleep. So I'm half asleep, and Alyssa wakes up and is like, oh my God, Susie, your suitcase. And I had no idea what was going on. So anyway, the rest of the train ride, I ended up standing there and just holding on to it just in case it knocked anybody else out or had any potential to do so. And so I ended up standing and getting off at our next transfer point. Now, at our next transfer point, we had to carry all of our luggage. We had to get off the train, and you had to go down a flight of stairs and then up another flight of stairs, pretty much going under the railroad tracks, because you couldn't cross them. But literally the two stops where we got off and then where we had to get on to our next plane or next train were literally, I don't even know, maybe 10 feet apart. But you had to go all the way down the stairs and then all the way up. And of course, me and my overweight luggage, I couldn't get it up and down the stairs fast enough. And so as we're literally dragging our luggage up the flight of stairs, the second flight of stairs, and we see our train stop, and usually it stops for a few minutes. That's what the first two kind of did. And I had maybe 5 steps left, and the train drove off. So we missed our third train. The next train that goes to our school comes in an hour, and that would put us over our check-in time for the dorms. And so that would mean we'd have to get a hotel for the night and check in tomorrow morning, which is today. So we waited for just a little bit. It got really cold. So we eventually ended up calling a taxi, and the taxis are very expensive, but at that point I think we were so tired and we were cold and it was just time to go. So I ended up getting in the taxi. He brought us straight to the dorm. We made it by about 5 minutes, thank goodness. And so we met with what they call a tutor, I guess, which is kind of our housemate type person. And my housemate or tutor, his name is Ivan. He ended up coming up and helping me check for everything in the room, making sure everything was here. He set up my internet for me. And that's it. And then I started unpacking. I feel like I'm in a jail cell a little bit, and so today after our orientation meeting, what I'm thinking is I'll go and get some decorations and kind of liven my room up a little bit because
Bella's still sleeping. Okay, she's gonna be really mad at me. I'm gonna turn on the lights and we're gonna check up on her. Hi, good morning, Bella. Good morning. She's looking at me like, you better turn off those lights. Okay, I'll turn off the lights, okay? And she's under the covers and everything. She loves to snuggle in the middle of the bed. But, okay, good night. What's up, guys? It's Lillian, and I just wanted to vlog really fast before... I think I almost swallowed my tongue. Okay. To vlog really fast right before I head off to work. I have a lot of homework to do, and after work I'll probably go to the gym and then get home. But I really want to go to the mall because yesterday when I got my hair done, I was hoping I can go to the mall afterwards, but it took a lot longer than expected. So it was closed by the time I was done. I don't know. I mean, I don't really need anything, but I just really want to go look at stuff. So, I'm just warming my car and getting ready to head to work. But I just wanted to show you guys, I think the lighting out here is a lot better than my room. So I'm just gonna show you guys. I did get my hair done yesterday. First I'm gonna meet one of my classmates to let them borrow my old book. And I hope I brought it, so let me check on that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. I need to charge my camera.
We're in Germany and we're going on a swing. We're going. Be careful. Oh, me neither. Okay. Oh my God, I almost fell off because I didn't strap in. I'm kind of scared. We're going! Oh my God! I'm kind of scared! Oh my God! Oh my God! Uh-oh. It's so small. Już tak. I'm recording. Wow.
Get out the camera. Now I'm blurry. Okay. Good morning. I kid you not, I've been eating spaghetti for the past week because I had a lot of leftovers, but I finally finished it last night. So I can now make something new to eat.